Hi, everyone. I'm your host, Dr. Terry Haddad, Vice President of Community Initiatives at Community Services for Children. Welcome to the Parent Project Podcast. This work stems from our vision for an engaged community where every child thrives and every family succeeds. CSC has been serving families for over 50 years, and we know that parenting can be hard. We're inviting local doctors, teachers, counselors, social workers, and other experts to provide perspectives to help parents maneuver the sometimes challenging role of parenting. Joining us today is Deidre Veschier, President and CEO of Community Services for Children. Thanks for being here.
Hi, Terry. Thank you for having me.
Deidre has 24 years of early childhood and Head Start experience and expertise. She holds a bachelor's degree from East Stroudsburg, serves on the board of Pennsylvania Head Start Association, and works closely with the National Head Start Association. Deidre is a mother of 2 children between the ages of 8 and 12. We are so excited today to have Deidre talking about the importance of routines. So, Deidre, why are routines so important?
You know, routines are really the structures that help us to navigate our days. Just as a house needs a solid frame and our physical bodies need our bony skeletons, people, children, and adults alike really thrive on routines.
Why is that so important?
Well, routines help us to provide a foundation for our mental wellness. When daily activities such as the time that we wake up, the time that we go to bed, when we have our meal times, when those daily activities happen at typically the same time and in the same way, they promote a child's feelings of safety and security, which also provides them with the confidence and independence to then explore and learn.
Wow, so routines actually give them confidence?
Absolutely. Consistent routines, when children can predict what happens and how it will occur, can be a source of comfort to them. It helps to support the development of deep connections between the child and their family. And this deep connection provides a solid footing from which children grow and learn.
So what's the difference between a schedule and a routine?
Daily schedules are the activities that happen throughout the day, the very specific agenda items. Routines can be schedules, but often they don't have to really consist of every single thing on the daily agenda. It's important that routines are consistent and that they're predictable. But it doesn't have to be every single part of your day that is consistent and predictable because we live here in the world and things happen that we didn't anticipate and we need to adjust and go with it.
So give us some examples of routines parents can practice at home.
So there are certainly healthy physical routines, and many people are surprised at the amount of sleep that children need to be successful and to navigate their day. We often see children of all ages who are just exhausted and who struggle with managing their behavior because they're tired. When children are infants and even toddlers, it's fairly easy to figure out when they're tired. But as children enter preschool, elementary, and even middle school, exhaustion looks different. They're more likely to be cranky, short-tempered, hungry, sometimes even super active as they try to push through their exhaustion. They also may get sick more often as well.
So what does a great bedtime routine look like?
A great bedtime routine really should be what connects you and your family. So some people love stories. Sometimes these stories are family stories. Tell me about when. Tell me about when we went to. Tell me about something that we visited. Sometimes these stories are based in books. We often think about reading to our children before they go to bed and having that story time before we tuck them in. In my house, that routine looks different. When our children were younger, it was a story time, but we always did what we called bushel, specks, and prayers. So we sing a song with each child, we kiss them on the head a certain number of times, and they have to guess that number. Then we say a quick prayer, and it's off to bed. Even at 12, my son will find me every night to say, I want my bushel, specks, and prayers, because it's the piece that seals the deal. And that's when it becomes a ritual. It's not just a routine, an activity that might happen. It's the ritual that provides that close connection, that family endearing moment where we connect, sometimes physically, but emotionally, that helps children to be more resilient and to manage difficult times.
That's a great story. And I love that your son, even as he got older, looks forward to that ritual. Other routines that parents could practice.
Absolutely. So every routine for a family would be different, but it would be important to think about what things happen typically during the day. We wake up. What happens when we wake up? Can you make sure that when children are waking up, it's around the same time each day and that the same activities happen? In your house, do they go and brush their teeth first and then have breakfast, or is it breakfast and then brushing their teeth? Having that consistency of what you choose, what children can predict and expect, is really what's important. One mealtime a day. Is it breakfast that happens typically more consistently, or is it dinner? Having that time where we have a meal as a family when we can, and we do the same sort of activities and conversations at that meal help to promote the routine.
Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for listening. To learn more about the Parenting Project podcast, Project Child, or Community Services for Children, please visit cscinc.org.